Oh, I don't know if this is gonna be the right one. Let's see. They got two different ones. Hopefully. Is it? We got threads? Oh man. Check this out, guys. We got a 2004 Excursion. Got 160,000 from the PNW. Now in Michigan, about to get rustified, but it's got a leaking radiator. And I don't know if you guys have ever had to put one of these in, but this takes me back to my heyday when these things didn't have to take you 4 or 5 hours to replace and have to use the AC machine. You guys got a 6L? Tonight, we're putting one in. Let's go. All right, guys, thanks so much for coming back and checking this out. 2004. Thing is actually pretty clean. Looks pretty nice. Looks good in here under the light though. I can dig it. But we have a leaking radiator. I haven't done one of these in, gosh golly, a whole long time. But we're gonna take this thing out. And I didn't have to pressure test it but for like 30 seconds, and we immediately knew right where it was leaking. So let's inspect it. Let's check it out. Get the foam off. All right, let's check this, make sure nothing's broken. Our port, we're gonna have to mess with that. I remember breaking one of these when I was starting off. Reminds me every time I see one. All right, flip it up. Let's check the top side, make sure nothing else is broke. See, he's putting it on his foot. I like it. This has been the problem. I've pulled these out of the box and this has been broke right off. So good thing that that's there. We got our clips. We don't have to transfer anything over, but check out where this radiator was actually leaking. Let me get my light. A couple of lights. 2 lights that I've got actually since I was in Florida. Ray had them. These Astro lights, I really dig them. Astro, they're wireless chargers. We have the light on both sides. It dims. We have a light on the tip and a light here. And what I like about them, they bend both ways. And then when you want to, this right here, this is our work area and this is a trip hazard. Let's not put the radiator where we're working. Get that thing the hell out of the way. But check this out, right here. That's freaking awesome. So we like these new lights and we're gonna use it on this. Check out where this thing's leaking. It's leaking all over these end seams and it's got a Ford part number on it. Could it really be the original radiator? You can see on this side, looks like it's been leaking for a while. This stuff here is usually what you see around here, but looks like it's been coming from this radiator for a minute. So we went and sustained our hunger. We drained the coolant and we had the oil draining too, so we could do a couple of things while we were doing nothing. So I guess what we're really gonna do is get a couple of 8 millis. We got some bolts to take off here, got some hose clamps. This is what I'm talking about, putting the clamp back in the exact same spot, especially on one that's been here for a while. See where the hose and the clamp have been one? That is going back the exact same way. Just to know, that's what you gotta do. All right, let's get suited up. Time to change the battery. We got a whole bunch of new ones. Ooh, fresh. All right, check it out. 8 millis, we're definitely gonna reuse these. Okay. Gosh, this brings back memories. Keep those 8s. Okay, so now we're gonna switch over to a quarter drive. quarter drive 8 milli, my favorite, the wobblies. We're gonna go for this fan shroud. Okay. So one thing that I want to make you guys aware of is get yourself a screwdriver like this, long flat blade, and we're gonna come to this little shield thing, and I want you to make sure that this is not like that, that it's like this. And see these little tabs right here? You're gonna come and you're gonna peel away all these tabs. Somebody's broken this very first one. I go like that, like that. Gosh, just like riding a bike. I can't remember the last time I've did this. And you take this whole shield off. Now, see, we're getting looser. Back to the 8 milli upper hose. Now I'm gonna keep the same hose clamp because it's been with this hose for I don't know how long, but somebody's did their due diligence and this has been marked and clocked. Let's break the seal. Break the seal, walk away. Pull that little guy off. We need a pair of pliers. Now be careful, because if you had to reuse this radiator or you're doing a repair, say you just needed to take this line off, don't wind up breaking it. I'm pulling and twisting at the same time. I'm not doing this to the hose when I was taking it off. I'm just doing real nice. Take your hose, like that. Take this hose, and you can kind of do something like this. Just kind of hold it behind that flap. Now it's out of the way. You got nothing inhibiting any of movement. Okay, get yourself a trim tool. Come over here and pop this one. And pop this one. And come over here and do a little Powerstroke here. And another little Powerstroke. All right, so you got this flapping. Now see this battery cable? We got a little twang here. Come and detwang that. And detwang this one. What's up, mate? What's up, mate? Yes, sir. And then come over here and do that. Trim clip. And then one more over here. Trim clip. Same thing. Trim clip. All right, so this is where you're actually going to get just a little bit more room. Take your battery cable, okay, and go behind the oil filter, kind of like that. Now, check this out, not this. Now you have all this play in the radiator, which is going to now allow you to shimmy. No? Let me get my stool. Should be able to shimmy this guy right out. Gosh, man. When I figured this out, when these things first came out, you know what Ford wanted you to do? They wanted you to get your secret saw and cut this in half on both sides. Okay, you can see the spot where they want you to cut it. And then they want you to, I don't know, wood screw it back together with the screws that Bob Vila uses. I don't know, like why would I be cutting that? That should have been in the workshop manual since day one when these things came out, but I would have much rather left this in one piece. Kind of looks like Jaws, sorta, no? Maybe? Okay, just kidding. I want you to paint me a picture wearing this and only this. Just kidding, that's some Titanic trivia for you. Hey, get this coolant vat out of your way. Tighten this drain plug. You don't need to be working in a full vat of coolant because we're gonna have to take the lower hose off, and by golly, more coolant is gonna come juicing out. We're just gonna get that bad lad right out of our way and get ready for the lower hose. But I think instead of having coolant drip on us, I think what we're gonna do first is probably disconnect these trans lines, at least get them loose, then take the lower hose clamp off, and then we can just finger the lines out so we're not sitting down here getting juiced down. So let me see what size these lines are. Hand me, gosh, what would that be? Give me a 19 wrench. Let's see. Yeah, I'll do that one. No, I'll do that one. Let's see. You guys think it's a 19? Let's see. Oh, my memory serves me right. All right, now let me get the other one. Did he leave it on the ground from the oil change? Nope. Where did he put that? How about, can I see it? Where did he put the wrench that he was doing the oil change with? Yeah, here, put that one back. There we go. I want this one. A little easier on the hand and definitely a little more leverage. All right, so lefty loosey, righty tighty. Let's hopefully get success. Oh. Well, at least there wasn't any coolant in there. See what I'm told about? Get that vat of coolant out of the way, because some silly SHIT like that can happen. So I think I broke it loose. Oh yeah, definitely broke it loose. Okay, that's trans line 1. I'm not going to take it all the way out yet. I want it juicing on me. So let's get a nice bite, shark bite. All right, let's see. Can we do it? Oh baby, we got it. Okay, that could have been bad news bears, especially being a Michigan truck, but since this thing was not of this origin, we're not going to have to worry about it, so that's good. We'll leave that wrench down. Hey, how about grab me that little 8 mil, I'm sorry, the Milwaukee, the ratchet that I was just using, the electric. Let's see if I can get this thing loose. Okay, put the 7 on. That could have been an 8. Should have been an 8. No problem. We got a 7 incoming. Let's see if we can get it. Okay, see, dang it. She leaking already. I see the socket. All right. All right, so this is where it can get kind of messy. So my clamp's loose. But this is what you're going to run into, which is going to happen when you take any big hose off. But okay, she's broken loose. Catch the coolant, because you're going to take this hose off. Coolant is going to come out of the radiator and go that way, and then it's immediately going to come out of this hose and go that way. So you got to kind of, let me just shut up and do what I got to do. I'll show you. Okay. Something like that. A lot of you guys were griping about, just pull the drain plug out, don't make a mess. Well, a lot of you guys are not in a position where you can make messes, especially if you're at home. These dudes got HOAs, can't make no messes. Staying in RV parks, can't make any messes. So it's like, I like to practice cleanliness when I'm doing repairs, because I don't want to work in a freaking mess anyway. All right, back to the wrench, the wrenchies. Let's get it, come on, baby. She's just a little crusty. She's crusty by choice. Okay, there we go. I think I could probably do that by hand now. Yeah. Okay, ooh. Mercon SP, looking red with your fine ass. Hey. All right, got another drain pan. Can take this one loose. Oh yeah. Cabsy here. Ooh, wow. All right, remember the caps that we took out of the new radiator? I'm just gonna go ahead and do something like that. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with its twin brother, Penelope. Go ahead and, yep, go ahead and pop that bad boy back in. Okay, a little leaky leak. Better than it douching all over us. Okay, now the last part, let's go ahead and put a rag right in here. Okay, follow me. All right, off of the creeper, and now I don't think we're gonna need the light. I don't like the tools on the ground. Can't stand it. My old man would always yell at me when there's stuff on the ground, and I never understood why, and now I understand. Okay, she's ready to come out. Get my step stool. I'm gonna get a couple of absorbent pads. I'm gonna go like this. All right, this is it. This is your 6.0 radiator in your Excursion. Coming right up. There it is. No mess, no leaks, and I'm on my first set of gloves, so that's good. But look at it. Look how wet it's been. Just leaking coolant this whole entire time. Radiator was a weak link, but here's that sticker. Look at that, Ford part number, Vistion. Well, assembled in, probably says assembled in Mexico if I were to guess. We'll take this guy and do something like this. I used to save scrap, but I just don't have any room to just have stuff waiting around. I hate throwing stuff away, but I guess I could call somebody. Okay, we've already inspected it. We're gonna have to take off your old rubber isolators right here. Pop these off. We got ones on both sides. Oh, that one stayed in the truck. No biggie. So if that happens, if you look right down in here, there's one, and there's a vacant hole. We'll just put that down in there. Oh, that's way down there. Gosh, man, look at this. Reminds me of learning, reminds me of being scared, reminds me of the headaches, the stress that these things cause me, doing warranty repairs, and man, it's like I love the 6.0s, but they just, tell you what, here we go. Welcome to my boudoir. This is the radiator replacement facility. Let me hook you guys up real quick. Let me just ease of slipping these on. Okay. Okay, everything's good. We'll put a little on here just to put the isolators down on. Put little boy on, a little bit on this foot, and a little bit on this foot. Okay, clean radiator, going in clean truck, going in the same way it came out. Oh yeah. Just go to your home. And driver's side's in. There's the passenger side. Okay, check it out. I like it. So before I go any further, what I like to do is this fan shroud. It came out easy. Going back in, just a little tricky. So this is going into the truck like this, and we have to meet these 2 feet in the bottom of this right here. it's got to go in like this. But when we shove this down in here, it's going to wind up being like this. So we got to come down here and do this and do this so that we can slide it down into these tabs. So I just told you. So let's repeat what I just said and let's slide this in. Pretty much gonna just follow the same way down. Okay, see how I'm kind of trapped here? Okay, so now I know it's setting exactly where I was telling you. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my long screwdriver. I'm gonna come back down here, past the trans lines. Oh, where's my light? All right, I'm gonna take my screwdriver. I'm gonna go just like this, and I'm gonna grab, I'm gonna try to. Okay, I got this foot in. I gotta go do the passenger side. Same place. I'm gonna go right, same place and go right here. Pull down at the same place. Okay, I'm hovering right over the slots. That's what I want. Now, we'll come back over here. We'll watch this thing here, because we've, is that water? Yeah, because we've busted that. You're just gonna push it down, and fan shroud is now into place. You don't need that extra room anymore. So now we can put the battery cable stuff back on. See how much room that takes up? Get this one, same thing on the passenger side. All right. Insulator, insulator, 2 bolts. 2 bolts, fan shroud, and the insulators are the same. Gotta line it up. Sweet. I'm gonna draw it in. This little guy didn't like its clip. Let's try that again. There we go. All right, we got these 2 on each side. 8 milli coming at you. Witness mark. Okay, put these trim clips back in. Okay. Get your upper hose. Upper hose, same thing. Right there. Looking good. Press this one on, white line. Right there, babe. Don't forget your bat wing. Triangle goes in the triangle hole, circle goes in the circle hole. Pop that back on, and that pretty much sums everything up for here. Let's go downstairs and finish up that. Let's go ahead and put these trans lines back in. Starting by hand, that trans fluid got it all nice and lubed up. That Vaseline got it nice and lubed up. That one was a little tougher, but she's going. Okay, 19 mil. I got transmission fluid on my hands and I'm working right above the splash zone. You guys in the comments are like, go back to the splash zone. I can't believe 2 guys were touching the wrench at the same time. Who does that? You guys crack me up. Quite comical, if I might say. We're getting tight. We're getting snuggy. Snuggy Wuggy was a bear. All right, that's snug. Oh yeah, snug that boy up. Cool. Last part. We got this lovely lower hose. Don't chimp on me with the clamp. Put that thing right where it's supposed to be. Might have to loosen that up just a smidgy widgy. There we go. Okay. I see the target area. Target located. Oh yeah. Put this right back where it was. I'm liking that, fellas. That looks good. Put this little clip back in. Oh yeah. Can you give me some brake clean? Denko brake clean. Check out rainmanauto.com and grab yourself some A1 brake clean. It's my absolute favorite. Stinky, cleans well, and will even take the paint right off your oil filter. That's the radiator. Shall I just fill it up with coolant and let it self-burp? Or do you guys want to see us do fuel filters on our back? Just say yes. Only oil filters I'm using in the 6.0. FL 2016. Now, these are the fuel filters. Wrong run. Only oil filter I use. Powerstroke diesel, 2016. 6.0 diesel. What the hell is going on? I'm like, something ain't happening. All right, so I like to do everything I was doing and let the oil drain. This thing's been sitting popped up, letting the oil drain back down at the crankcase. Ugh. Get that thing in there. Use our piggy mats. O-ring. Now this is the same cap that is down below for the oil filter. I'm sorry, the fuel filter. Take some of that oil that's in here and go right around this cap, just like that on that O-ring. Done. .60 oil filter as far as I can go. RIP DTR. That's the only reason why I have this one. Thanks, buddy. Coming at you. Tightening. Okay, now, you guys may or may not know about the fuel filter. A lot of people put this in there like this. I'd highly recommend you get a 15/16 and just use the correct socket, because that 1/2-inch drive will sometimes bust. You got a better shot doing it with this. Okay, coming out. Okay, I like to get this and kind of do something like this. Just take the filter out. It doesn't matter if you have to make a mess. Dog, do you want me to spill fuel and oil all over your $100,000 truck and then get in it and have to drive it and move it, and I got oil and fuel all over myself? I think not. Another O-ring. Right there. Give it a quick stab. New filter. submerging it into the fuel, putting it down on this little stopper. Let's get the new O-ring out. Look at that. You know what it tells me? That filter I grabbed was for a 6.4. You know why? Because the 6.4 and the 6.0 have the same lower filter. But you know what the 6.4 doesn't have that the 6.0 has? The small O-ring in the fuel filter kit. Shame on me. This picture has been black and gray for how many years? And now they added some color to it. By golly. They found some money to save so we could get some ocular sensitivity with the colors. I love it. You guys know how to tie your shoe, right? Twist it on, and snug it. It's plastic. This is not a lug nut. It says right on there, 14 Newton meters. I'm gonna show you it precisely. 14 Newton meters. Right there. So the upstairs is done. The downstairs, we gotta put the drain plug back in, and then we gotta do the lower fuel filter and fill it up with oil and coolant. Come with me, we're gonna go below deck. I'm not laying on the ground. This thing's got some undercoating on it, and I was gonna be too close to it, and then I'm gonna be leaking fuel all over the place, and I have no interest in wearing it whatsoever. So I got my tool still here on the ground. This is the combo that I'm using. I wanna be far away from the fuel as I can, so I get my 3-foot extension, 3/8 drive, flex head icon, ratchet, and I got my light situated. You see the void of space that I'm really able to work with. It's the same thing as the oil filter right there. See that cap? That's what I got to take off. I'm actually gonna be coming right through here like that. See that thing right there? All right, let's get a little better vantage point. I'm gonna go at it like this. As soon as it starts leaking, then I'll move away. Gosh, I can't imagine how you guys do that with a band wrench. Gonna go all over the hoist. And if Marv, why don't you back up a little bit and show these guys at home the frame. The frame is angling down and then goes straight. So whatever's going to be leaking up there is going to come down here. So whatever's going to be in this area, whether it's your arms, your cell phone, your tools, just kind of watch and be prepared, because you're going to get juiced with fuel. And I'm going to control the drain with my cap socket. See where it's leaking right here? Leaking all over the trans mount. Just real nasty, especially if you had to do this on your back, and that's not what I didn't want to do. Okay. Definitely leaking now. Look at that. All over the place. Gosh, the 6.4 was worse, because it just wouldn't shut up. That's the best thing I can say. It's like, golly, man, I got the filter out. Shut up already. All right, so I'm gonna do, I don't wanna wear diesel. I got into the wrong business. These guys told me, this isn't the business you wanna get into. Here we are 25 years later. I don't like getting this shit on me. All right, we're going like this. Filter's not coming out. I'm flipping the cap straight up, and I'm gonna use its height to go right under the brake line, over the 4x4 shaft, and then down right here. Here's our fuel cap, just like our oil filter cap. And then I'm gonna come back here and grab this filter, wiggle it out, going down my glove. Come on. Come on. There we go. All right, same thing, except I think I'm gonna just take this straight down. Can I go straight down? Nope, she's going above. There it is, right there. Okay, I'm gonna show you something special about the new filter. RIP DTR again, rest in peace, buddy. New filter. When you go to put this into the housing, see that dot right there? There's actually a little air bleed port. Is the air gonna go to the bottom when you put the filter in? No. The air is gonna be at the top of the housing. So when you put this in, give it its final spin until it comes to this stop, then you know you're indexed right there. RIP DTR, thanks for bringing that out to us. I'm continuing to let everybody know the proper way, because I myself at that time had not even a clue. So I owe that to you, buddy. All right, I see the stop. It's at 9 o'clock right now. I'm gonna twist it clockwise. Okay, hear the stop? You guys hear that with my microphone? That's on the stop. Now, same as the oil filter, I have one O-ring. In fact, it is the same O-ring. And if you need an extra cap, or you broke one, or one's messed up, you can go back and forth between the fuel and the oil filter cap. They're the exact same, so just in case you guys didn't know. All right, so I don't want contaminants to get into the cap going back in how I came. I'm putting the cap in like this, so if anything were to fall down off any lines, it's not going into the cap, and then I'm putting the cap onto the thing. So we're going down like this. Okay, cap's still facing down, and now I am going forward and putting the fuel filter cap back on, and that's all the screws that it needs, because I can draw it in with my socket and extension combo, just like that. You could have put lube on the O-ring, but there's a lot of fuel sitting on that lip, so it should be just fine. Okay, that's its stop. Now, you guys know how I feel about messes. This is gonna require multiple cans of brake clean. No reservoir tip. I want it all the way to the end. I mean the gloves is what I'm talking about. Guys are disgusting. Get your mind out of the gutter. All right, brake clean. This is going to be a brake clean show. 1 and 2. This is what shop supplies are for. And yes, I use all the shop supplies, because you guys complain that your oil's leaking. You guys complain you got fuel on your engine. No. Okay. Lights, camera action. Sorry, Miss Jackson. Don't forget my hoist. She's gonna be dry now. Whew, cover your mouth, boys. Woo hoo 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 hoo. Okay, fuel filters are done. Now I think it's time to fill the oil, fill the coolant, and start this thing up and check for leaks, because after all this work, there better not be any leaks. New light, stiff. Truck's down on the ground. Now, being flat rate, it has cursed me for the rest of my life. I have to be doing more than one thing at a time, and one of that is priming the fuel system. I gotta prime the fuel system, but you know what else I have to do? I also have to fill the oil and the coolant up. So while this is priming, I got coolant. We've got coolant all ready to go. And we're gonna go ahead and fill this up. My best Amsoil coolant. Now I've heard the fuel pump kick off. Like it. All right, another key cycle. Coolant's done. Key off, key back on. All right, we'll let the coolant burp. We come over here to the coolant station. This is where we get coolant fired up. Actually, just had to order another drum of this. I couldn't believe I've already gone through. This will be my second. I'm gonna be on my third drum of coolant. Unreal. Just ordered another drum of diesel oil. I got another drum of gas oil on deck. I really need to get trans fluid in a 55-gallon drum because I just be going through a lot of freaking trans fluid. By gosh. Get a good fresh 2 gallons in here. Some still likes to leak out. And we come over here to a little catch basin. Thank you, GTS. And I come back over. Fuel pump's done. Another key cycle. 161. Still not bad. Still not bad. Top off this coolant. Oh yeah. She's sucking it right down. You want to take all of it? You know you do. Get it. Oh yeah. Taking it all. Glub, glub, glub. Okay. Fuel pump is off. Let's go back in and turn key off, turn key back on. Really nice looking family ride, guys. I would not mind this Excursion. Pretty dope. Okay, oil fill is off. Let's come back over here to the oil station, our coolant station and washer solvent station. We got our part station. And this is our oil. This is our petroleum corner where we have our gas and our diesel oil, and we're going to need the diesel. I'm just using this as a measuring device. It's not exactly the oil we're putting in, but I can put 15 quarts in it. So, and we just got, I need to find it. Where did our new funnel go? Over here. Down next to the pump. No. Where is our funnel? Why can't I find our funnel? I thought these guys just used it. Am I losing my marbles? Huh. I don't know, C-dub. I don't know. Where my new funnel? Well, I digress. We need to displace oil from this drum into my measuring device. And we're gonna do it right here. I can comfortably put 11 quarts in here without an issue. I got 10 here, 11 here. Really nice hand pump. I like the way this oil smells. Okay, here's 10. Here's 11. Okay, we gotta leave room because we are gonna be putting some arch oil lubricant, only really for the high pressure oil, not really necessary for the high pressure fuel because we're not having stiction concerns with high pressure fuel. We got oil, that's molasses, actuating our injectors for injection on our HUE systems, our hydraulically energized unit injector. I almost forgot. I haven't said that in a long time. But that uses oil, and when it's molasses or gets sticky and gummed up, then it doesn't want to flow. It doesn't want to allow the parts it touches move freely. So Arch Oil's got a great product out. Oh crap. Now see what I just did? Made a complete mess. Arch Oil's got a good product out that helps with the oil additive that we'll need for this truck. We'll wipe all this off. Go over with a non-oily jug. I don't want it on my floor. I don't want it on my cart. Okay. We're good. Okay, one more key cycle. That should be plenty enough to fill that, that stuff up. Let's get my funnel. This might be too tall. Find where C-dubs went. Where'd these kids put it? That'll work. All right, we'll pour in our first batch of oil. Rub-a-dub-dub in the old tub. Listen to that glub glub. Bloop, 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 bloop. Oh yeah. 10W30 full synthetic max series, signature series. Okay, here comes the big gorgonzola. This is a big gorgonzola. Going down that little itty bitty tube, right onto the top of that oil log, right next to those injectors, going right down into them oil drain holes. It's so quiet in here. I love it. Got our oil in. Got the amount counted for the arch oil. Guys, check it out. Make sure to get, if you have a high pressure oil, arch oil AR 9100, and get the fuel additive for your diesel too. And make sure to use code PTT on archoil.com so that you can help save some money keeping this thing running full steam. At least you don't have to worry about the emissions on these trucks because it didn't have any. I mean, it had some, but it wasn't like this shit today. All right, that's on. Cap on. Our sanitary's out of here, and we can go ahead and put this back away because I don't need it. I got oil all over my hand too. Our coolant go down? Oh yeah, coolant went down. All right, I think it's time to do a key cycle and then time to start. Come on, baby. Oh, and batteries are getting low. Coolant's full. No leaks from the oil and the fuel. That's good. We'll do some final checks here and get this thing back on the road. I think I still have some life in these absorbent mats. I don't like throwing stuff away that's still got use in them. Somebody's freaking smoking cigarettes, and it freaking stinks. Okay, washer solvent. Let's come over to the washer solvent station. We're just doing silly stuff now. Part of the PM, part of the maintenance process, getting the vehicle serviced, doing your due diligence. We got AC repair we're gonna have to do come next season. We got some green stuff coming from the rear AC line. And I've had to already once make a repair on another Excursion that basically took the rear AC out of the equation. So we'll have to address that at another time. But I don't see any coolant leaking. I don't see any coolant leaking. Everything's looking dry. And most importantly, our level is looking fly. I appreciate you guys for watching, especially this nice cherried Excursion. I want to know what you guys think. Do you have an Excursion? Do you want me to work on it? I'm going to be very cautious onto what vehicles I take in because sometimes these older vehicles I love working on. I have two ones of my own, almost two, and they just wind up being cans of worms. There's no way around it. Until I have a bigger facility, more room, and more people. You guys want to work with PTT? You guys want to join forces and be part of something that is going to be quite prominent on the Eastern Seaboard once we get all this stuff running, because Service is something we are good at. Service is something that is lacking everywhere, and we're gonna change that. And it starts with every one of these trucks and every one of you. So I appreciate you guys. Today's Friday. Hope you're liking the video. Remember to like, comment, sub, share, and I'll catch you guys next time. Maybe on your excursion. All right, guys, see ya.